Hi, everyone.
Morning, Khenpo. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon for those who are already up.
Good. Everyone ready? Hello.
Already.
Everybody's being quiet, but we're ready.
All set.
Really quiet. How come?
I don't know. It's
We're
raining and cold.
We're anticipating the wonderful teachings coming.
People are still coming on. Danny said Sagadawa is still affecting us. We're still in silent mode. Good one.
Okay, so ready to do the prayer, opening prayer?
Yes.
Oh, Mother Saint beings, especially those enemies who hate me, those starters who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and nation. May the experience of happiness be separate from suffering safely. I will still wish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. Oh, Mother Saint beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstacles who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and nations. May the experience of happiness be separate from suffering, and save the ways to reach them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. Dala Damwara Zibe Dai, Nobara Zibe Ge, Tarba Dan Damje Jimbe Barde Jubara Zeba Damje Jeso Zebe, Mananga Da Nyambe Zemje Damje Dewa Dande, Dungara Dandra Nyorda Lana Me Bayan Dabara Zobe Sanjo Rumboje, Tobaraza Dala Dasandra, I achieve enlightenment. I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the kind rule and the lineage lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas or Yidam. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in the noble Rakas and darkness and the Dhamma gardens, the possessors of the eye of wisdom. Enter I attain the heart of enlightenment. I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dhamma and likewise in the example of the Bodhisattvas. As previous Buddhas invested in enlightenment and progress on the Bodhisattva's path are true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhicitta, and apply myself to complete the stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha most excellent. I take refuge under enlightenment's reach. By the merit of Janarasta and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mothers sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. 7 lamp prayer, we begin to do the Tibetan. Chenye sedai so chenye denai di som shepan me ye singe ken. Da ke ma le te da dang je la le dang ma ye dang we sa je wo. Zang boi je be mon lai do dai ke jar wa dang je ye je ngon som de. 心格的涅勒来都巴耶加罗根拉拉的桑泽罗，德杰的奈德涅桑杰南桑杰塞杰维那尤巴达。 te tarai chi che ye na ma le pa dam je jarwa da ge kang war mo te dai nga bai me se jam zo na yang je yen lai jam zo da gen chi jarwa gen je yong de ra ju je de war she pa dam je da ge to me do dam ban chen wa dam ba dai zer nye nam dan zo ba dong jo dang mar men jo dan do be dam ba ye jar wa de da la ne jo ba ra ji nab zai dam ba nam dai chum jo dai se me pa ma ra nyam ba dang Ko pa che param pa ben jo gen je jarwa de da la ne chu para che chu pa ga na la me ja che wa de da jarwa dam che la yang mu zang bo ju la de be do da ge jarwa gen la san sa ren chu para che do chai she dai de mo wang ge ne le dang a da de yin ye ji jiang de ba da ge ji ba jian ji ba de da dam je da ge so so ro so je jar wai gen dai san je ze ran je nam da lo da mo lo da Roa genje sona kan la ya inde da genje jize da yera. Kanai so jenje den ro me da san jo ren bar san je ma cha ni. Gombo de da da ge tam je la go lo la na me ba go war go. Nyang ngen da war ye gen de da la ro wa gen la bin jen de se. Kar ba shen ge de ni yo ba ya. Da ge ta mo ra ja so wa je. 三字瓦丹究竟要瓦丹，橘色月亮过圈索瓦耶，给外君子大个介绍吧，他们节奏北上就自我。Short mandala Tibetan too. 三业比劫走人没多长。 日落 de jimbande sanje jen la me de purwaye droge namdai jen de jewar yo Gozon yonzo la me zo na la senai sanzo de yin ye jin ju da le long ju na ze yong ye la min jo ge nge zhou zar de zo san ze wa dan jiu jian ya ba dang ye ze ye ran gor jian zor wa ye ge wai jiong ze da ge jie sa ba tam jie zou be san jiu zi ngo ong ge ren na men zha ben za men ga sa men zha sa wa ren na sa ma ye a hong 10b supplication to Lord Jigten Sumgon. Jam den je do mian zam len jin zha gui dong som yong la cham zu mi jar wai dor jian chang pan je den gong bi sha lan de de da de sam je ju le mi xin ji lo je tu je jin nian ge men ba sa ne jiang sem zhi zha de do ba xin ji lo. Please turn the wear over Dharma of the two workers and their combination according to disposition and likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. So now we go to the long Manjushri, sub-press to Manjushri, page 32, the deity yoga sadhana. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of the clouds of two worlds, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom tracks here at his heart. He has compassion for all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance and the prison of samsara as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma. Through the 60 branch of Haramana's speech, he wears the wisdom sword to cut the settling of suffering and to dispel the darkness of confusion. And the Buddhist hour from his pure from beginningless time, fully accomplishing the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate human gesture adorned by the 112 son of Buddha to dispel the darkness of my ignorance. Om Arapazanade, Om Arapazanade, Om Arapazanade, Om Arapazanade, Om Arapazanade, Om Arapazanade. Om Arapazanade, Om Arapazanade, Om Arapazanade, Om Arapazanade, Om Arapazanade, Om Arapazanade, Om Arapazanade. Om Arapazanade, Om Wange Shoromo, Wange Shoromo, Wange Shoromo, Wange Shoromo. You who are the perfect, beautiful body, whose flame of wisdom blazes, and dispel darkness of all ignorance, are posted before you and press human judgment. Dangge doje xiaje reisen rong yin jie me de de jie bong jiang ba zi jie len bo da wer ji be xiaje jia be xia la zo ruan de doje jiang jian de lo na ro dang ba ba me la ji jie gang bo pong mo zhe ba jia ruan ji gong be ga jie la ma na la zo ruan de Roman Jija Yanja Bodang, the Zong Sanje Genja Ngo Nye Ransom Chugan Ozong Donze Zawa Lama Yala Zorwan de. Okay, good morning everyone. Do you get the today teaching the sadhana? Yes, good.
It's in the chat.
And that's only the English, right? Not Tibetan pronunciation there.
That's correct.
Otherwise, we can chant once Tibetan too. Okay. So today, good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to share with you the Jigten Sumgon song of realization of the 5 Lam of Mahamudra. So I think that first talk about that has a couple of different translations. Okay, so I don't know, some information stop there. Then this is also the song of realization, the 5-part Mahamudra. The 5-part Mahamudra, many elaborate teachings and books. So I think this one is root text. So the 5-part Mahamudra is based on this teaching, this song of realization. This is the poetry. When we read the Tibetan, it's really beautiful. The meaning, words follows. Of course, then translation to English, some maybe they're beautiful way, but some is not like that. Same is Tibetan, not possible way, that way. Even we write the commentary, then explain also sometimes cannot perfectly explain. This root text is words is beautiful, same time also meaning is beautiful. It's very deep, profound meaning. And then also all the important teachings Jigten Sumgon bring to the just very short, where singing song of realization, this whole teaching bring to this way. It's very simple way. So that means he really has wisdom, and he can do that to teaching is all is song of realization. It's the one of the Guru's blessing. Another is his realization. Then his wisdom, compassion, all the connections comes together. So this song of realization arises from the promoter or his mind sharing this teaching for us. It's beautiful. I'm going through this root text. If you wanted to learn more about this detailed information, it is in the Essence of Mahayana. So I have a commentary, Essence of Mahayana. There has more information about this teaching. The Essence of Mahayana is a Lamrim text, so it's follow one by one stages, guiding step by step. The Lamrim text is Mahayana, actually three yanas together, Lamrim texts. Many Lamrim texts, the Gampopa has Yo-Onoming liberation, and this is the first Lamrim text, in Tibet lineage tradition. Then based on that Gelug tradition, many lineage has Lamrim texts. But the Jigten Sumgon Lamrim text is different. The others is Jigten Sumgon Lamrim text combined all the three yanas teachings. Yonomi liberation has Hinayana, Vedic teaching, and Mahayana. So he didn't share the Vajrayana teaching. I think that time he thought is too much for people. And then Jigten Sumgo, he shared the three yanas together. So that is the essence of Mahayana. Essence of Mahayana talk about all the different yanas, and especially talk about the laws of Mahayana teaching, Bodhicitta section, laws Bodhicitta section. Then go up to again Vajrayana section. He talk again about Bodhicitta, because Vajrayana teaching is followed by Five-Part Mahamudra. So Five-Part Mahamudra is first is what Bodhicitta teaching. So that's why he have to share again Bodhicitta teaching. And then go to Yidam deity, Guru Yoga, Mahamudra, dedication. So the step-by-step Five-Part Mahamudra. If someone wanted to know the Bodhicitta, wanted to learn Bodhicitta more, about how to receive the Bodhicitta vow, how to maintaining the practicing, increasing Bodhicitta, what is the obstacle is the Bodhicitta, how to remove the obstacle, which kind of vows, we have when you receive the Bodhicitta. That more detailed information in the essence of Mahayana has. So essence of Mahayana is more detail about Bodhicitta. Then there has two different sections, Bodhicitta, because Mahayana and Vajrayana sharing. Mahayana talk about the laws of Bodhicitta, then go up to Vajrayana section. Of course, again, Bodhicitta and the Yidam deity. So the main point, without the Bodhicitta, Yidam deity practice also no essence. That's the reason Jigten Sumgon, he followed this Five-Part Mahamudra, sharing the teaching, song of realization. Then this teaching is he received from the Pamutrapa. So Pamutrapa, his sharing teaching is love, compassion, bodhicitta, and after he sharing the Yidam deity and Guru Yoga, then Mahamudra and the dedications. But that time, that no really name saying like Five-Part Mahamudra. But just teachers are sharing that way teaching, because there's sharing that when they talk to teaching, share the student, they follow these directions. So then Jigten Sumgon, he got realized, so he bring these five like important teachings, bring to the song of realization. Then we call become Five-Part Mahamudra. Five-Part Mahamudra is just step by step, kind of a Lamrim text too. So this Five-Part Mahamudra also guide for the 3-year retreat, and even you go 2-3 months retreat. So using this teaching, guide for the meditators, practitioners. So use Five-Part Mahamudra, you can practice a whole life. Yeah, so all teaching is actually subsumed into this category, Five-Part Mahamudra. But also, if you wanted to follow by step, and then we have to follow this instruction. So now, Jigten Sumgon's Song of Realization, he has many realization songs. We already shared like couple last week. And then this one is a 5 lung of Mahamudra, follow the Mahamudra practicing. Other song of realization, and this is a big different. This is a more like yogi scholar together. You know, the really philosopher scholar, and then of course a realizer. So sharing the teaching follow like this way. Other song of realization is more like for yogis way, sharing song of realization, profound meanings, but sometimes like go different directions, you know. So that's the we can see in this follow. Then I bowed down to the feet of glorious Pamotoba. Pamotoba is his Ru Guru, Jigten Sumgon's teacher. So then last week we shared the song of realization. We know like the connections of Jigten Sumgon on the Pamotoba. Jigten Sumgon is not to stay long with the Pamotoba, but he has all the teachings through the blessing and realization. Pamotobas and Jigten Sumgon's devotion. All these connections comes together. He received all the teachings from Pamotoba. Then Jigten Sumgon, he always the song of realization last week. He never separate with his guru. So teacher, he's always with the teacher. He always means like all the time. His mind is be with the teacher. I think it's teacher's mind. Student mind, Yidam deity's mind is become inseparable. That realization Jigten Sumgon has. Not separate with my teacher means not talking about the body. Right? Body not always together. The body is be with him maybe like 4 months, 5 months, something like that. But really be with like face to face is maybe only 1 month could be. Less than that could be. So main point, he always be with the teacher means like it's a mind realization through the realization. So he brought down to feet of glorious Pamotrapa, and then this teaching is Jigten Sumgon received from the Pamotrapa. Then Jigten Sumgon practice, he has realized, so then he put in the song of realization. So now the main teaching. So this teaching is followed by 3 different levels. 3 different levels is a preliminary practice, and the main practice, conclusion. So 3 sections. 5-part Mahamudra is a subsong, the 3 sections. So then first one is called preliminary. Preliminary practice, love, compassion, bodhicitta. So that practice is called preliminary practice. Why is it called preliminary practice? Because when you practice Yidam deity, you must have to have a compassion, you know, and bodhicitta, then go to practice Yidam deity. Practice Yidam deity require is love and compassion, bodhicitta. And practice Mahamudra require is also love, compassion, bodhicitta. Practice Guru Yoga require love, compassion, bodhicitta. So that's why love, compassion, bodhicitta is the most important teaching. Without love, compassion, bodhicitta, Yidam deity, Guru Yoga, Mahamudra practice cannot successful. So the practice also cannot purify karma too. Have to come method, wisdom together. So then method, wisdoms come together, purify karma, increasing qualities, and get realization. So that's why this is Tibetan called Samdang, Nyingji, Tapola. Sam means like, you don't have the Tibetan words actually there. It's love, Ningje is compassion, Tapo is a horse. Yinping Juto Machen means it's like you need these two is wanting benefit others you have to run the love compassion. So you have to use love compassion, same as the horse. Horse have to run. So horse run, then what horse get? Horse get a press, right? So you get a winner. Like that, if you use the love compassion and the run, then the run is you get press is the same as the bodhicitta. So you get bodhicitta, precious bodhicitta. Use the love compassion, we get the bodhicitta. So your horse is run, and then you get the press. So like that, kind of that way, sharing. Then love compassion is preliminary practice. That preliminary practice is called special preliminary practice. The not just like preliminary, same is we usually talk about 100,000 post station, 100,000 Vajrasattva. Many different kind of preliminary practice. Preliminary practice is actually dependent. Love, compassion, bodhicitta can be main practice, can be preliminary practice. It's dependent. So dependent, like 4 thoughts meditation, then you use love, compassion. 4 thoughts meditation is preliminary practice. Love, compassion is main practice. So then you do the 4 thoughts meditation, then you practice 100,000 post-station, Guru Yoga, 100,000 mandala, this or Vajrasattva. So preliminary is actually 4 thoughts. The main practice is 100,000 post-station, 100,000 mandalas, like that. And that's why this preliminary practice is dependent. Then also we saying like basic preliminary practice, 4 thoughts meditation. Uncommon preliminary practice, 100,000 post-station, 100,000 mandala offering, 100,000 refuge prayer, 100,000 Vajrasattva. Then some lineages does 100,000 Guru Yoga too. So Guru Yoga, some lineage didn't have, some lineage has. It's dependent, like maybe you have 5 or 4, 500,000 or 400,000 practice. That is called the uncommon preliminary practice. Why is the called the uncommon preliminary practice? Only the Vajrayana tradition follow that using that practice is a preliminary practice. That's why uncommon preliminary practice. The Hinayana tradition, Mahayana tradition, they didn't use that preliminary practice. Only Vajrayana tradition use that is preliminary practice. That's why I call uncommon preliminary practice. 100,000 post station, 100,000 mandalas, like we are just shared talked. That's all the practice is called uncommon preliminary practice. During the Buddha time, we follow the Buddha who he shared the teachings, and all that time the main preliminary practices 4 thoughts meditation. So long as you have 4 thoughts meditation, then every practice is going right direction. Also you practice correctly and you put really effort and using the teaching, everything, like you put effort and practice. That's why I use preliminary practice means like something you use that tool and the main teaching is you really use right direction. So 4,000 meditation helps every single teaching practice go right direction and put effort. That's why basic common preliminary practices 4,000 meditation. So uncommon is a Tibetan tradition, Vajrayana tradition. I just talked like many different preliminary practice. That's called uncommon preliminary practice. Then when we practice this five-part Mahamudra, so love, compassion is preliminary practice. This love, compassion is a most important teaching practice. So where is the Buddha is come from? Source. Buddha is arise or come from source is bodhicitta. Then where is the bodhicitta come from? Its source is compassion. Then where is the compassion source or come from? Is love. So that's why all the Buddha's quality is based on the love meditation. And the source is a love meditation. When we chant the four measurable prayers, also it's love. First is love. We wishing all sentient beings have a happiness. So that is love. Then that's the reason the love teaching is most important. The cause is more important to the actual result. Chandrakirti, he shared the middle way path teaching. So he also homage to love. Usually teachings like we have homage to Manjushri, homage to Buddha, homage to Bodhisattvas, homage to Avalokiteshvara. So Chandrakirti, he's homage to love. So he says why he resume is homage to love, because bodhicitta is the source of Buddha. So then all the way just are taught, like bodhicittas come from compassion. Compassions come from love. That's why he homage to love. Then where is the ahats, solid realizers come from? They are come from Buddha. Because the Buddha taught the teaching, their practice, then the solid realizer and the ahats come from. So Buddha is come from bodhicitta. That's the Chandrakirti he mentioned about, where is then ahats come from? Because ahats don't have enough compassion. So then ahats, he said, come from Buddha. Buddha shared the teaching, the practice, the listening. So usually hearers means the listening, teaching. And then they put the practice, then become ahats. The hearing from the Buddha, the teaching, practice, become ahats. So Buddha is come from bodhicitta. That's why Jigten Sumgon, he first important is love and compassion, bodhicitta. So we have to, this teaching is a cultivate, meditate practice. That's why we have a stage of meditation book has like step by step how to meditate, follow. So that's also like come from five-part Mahamudra teaching. One of the teacher, his name is the Dharmakirti. This is the Dragon Kaju lineage, 23rd one. So he wrote a commentary for this five-part Mahamudra, and love, compassion section is a very elaborated one. So when I create the stage of meditation book and love, compassion meditation guide, like how to meditate love, Then we meditate our mother in front of us, the present mother. Then we just have to recognize, think about how appreciate our present mother, because she give us the body, and the mother who go through the sacrifice, difficulty, all this we think about, cultivate. So you analyze that, and then that really connect with your mother. And that also helps, you have opportunity to giving something for your mother, benefit your mother, is you have to use that meditation. Then that's where you can have your mother, if mother is passed away, even mother is exist, like you can use really truly benefit. You have to cultivate that part of meditation. So that's where you can have for your mother and benefit your own mother. That's all is come from also preliminary practice, Five-Part Mahamudra. So when I bring the Five-Part Mahamudra long teaching commentary from the Dharmakirti, Digon Dharmakirti, his commentary, I bring short mean essence informations put into this stage of meditation. So actually, when we have to share this teaching, we have to go through the stage of meditation. We have to go through the essence of Mahayana. This too is like kind of more bring this Five-Part Mahamudra teachings, like kind of a commentary, the you learn that, then you know like Five-Part Mahamudra. So that's why it's in the stage of meditation, like we have how to practice meditate love, use this present mother, and then use that practice mother, love to mother, our own mother, and then you really connect with your mother, arise compassion to your mother, really true love arise from your mind to your mother. So then we have to cultivate again different ways, like we are not reborn only in this life samsara. So we reborn many lifetimes in samsara. So when we take the birth in samsara, we have a mother. So same is in this life, parents and the mother. Then this this mother is whole loved, kindness to us. So that bring the mind. Same is like previous our mothers too. So that way, then you can connect with others too, other beings. So you can like use that is like first maybe use to like your loved ones. Yeah. So then your loved ones also you recognize the same as your mother. Then that is you bring to your friends and the neighbors, so close people. Then you that become bigger and become bigger, meditate, use that analytical meditation, goes like then all the strangers too. So then one time if you seeing the enemy is same as your friend, that time then your relative love is successful practice. So under that we have to cultivate. Listening teaching also helps too. Listening teaching is cultivate. Listening, then that only not enough. After you just have to cultivate, meditate. So there's meditations, a lot of meditations, and analytical meditation. Not resting mind. So we have to use analytical, cultivate. Then use the like our heat-treated one is you really seeing is, like previous some lifetimes as a mother, become not hatred to that person. So that time then your relative love is successful. So under that we have to meditate, practice. Not easy. So we have to habituate, cultivate, habituate. So then you meditate love, actually that helps reduce our self-grasping, selfish mind, reduce that. So love is increasing, then selfish mind is decreasing. Selfish mind is decreasing, love is increasing, then you become your seeing others is also different. When we have a selfish very strong, then have a like kind of boundary. So not easy to connect with others, not easy to talk with others, not easy to share things for others. So due to the selfish self, when you meditate love more and practice, become you can, like seeing others also like friend, loved ones. Then one day we can see this stranger ones also, our previous, loved ones, mothers. So no hatred to them. That is the become successful love. Then love meditation, someone really humming to you, you can stop that. They didn't say you cannot stop that. You can stop that. So the someone humming to you, you stop that. Is long as you meditate love, you can stop that. Is not hatredly stop. You have like kind of more recognize, that person is also create karma, harming themselves. So that's also not good for me too. So I have to stop that, but not hatredly stop that. That's actually really helps. Otherwise, like you hatredly stop that, it's always anger is there. Even you stop that, but your anger, hatred is in the always, your action is stopped, but still your hatred, anger is there. So that is worldly, usually stop, right? The countries like war, fighting, then some negotiation stop that, but still hatred is always kept in the mind, never stop that. So one day condition comes again, fight again, going to again war again. So that means like not really stop in your mind hatred. So Dharma, love meditation, compassion meditation, stop is different than worldly. Usually we, engage things, stop, and practice love, compassion, stop is different. So you use the love, compassion, stop, then no, you stop that actions, but no, you didn't keep that hatred in your mind. So that's the see, and when you read the Garchen Rinpoche's biography, that also has exactly like that. You read the Malarepa's stories, also have like that too. Same thing. He stopped the others negatively doing things. He stopped them, but he also not kept in the mind. He treated. So they create love, compassion, but stop the actions. Sometimes people think, oh, if I love someone, then I cannot stop. That's also misunderstand. You really can stop correct way, good way to you can stop. Make sense or no? Do you understand? Yes. Okay. So that's why, love, compassion, meditation is become you are courageous. you get more courage, you get more wisdom. Usually, I think it's like you are not naive or something, you know. Right? That's a correct naive, like something someone hit you, you just like close eye like this. Okay, please hit me. Not like that. Love, compassion is become protection. Protect your heat-rated. Long as heat-rated in your mind, you know have happy and joy. Even you can stop others' actions, but still your heat-rated is there. That we have to stop. Our heat-rated in the mind, keeping, that we have to remove. Yeah. So otherwise, we say, okay, I'm not going to engage with that person. Stop you engage with that person, but still you keep heat-rated in your mind. Then your love practice is still not going right direction. The love practice is not really removing your heat-rated, not introduced to that. So Garchen Rinpoche, Khenpo means a story also have like that too. When Garchen Rinpoche practicing Dharma, he said he practiced Dharma. Then he treated kept another part. They make two different rooms, you know. Practicing, practice. He treated to the enemies, he wanted to keep that. He always so use that to hatred to the enemy. And when he practice, goes meditate correctly. Okay, so that time he don't have that, but he treated is kept another room. That's the Khenpo means he heard that from Garchen Rinpoche. Then Khenpo means told him that is the really incorrect. So that you have to practice, have to remove the hatred. It cannot keep separate room. Okay. Usually we keep separate room. That is we does, you know, separate. And so Khenpo means when he shared then teaching that time, he said, cannot keep separate. Your love, compassion must antidote to your hatred. Have to remove that. So until you seeing your enemies is your loved ones. So until that, you have to practice. So that's the Khenpo means give the teaching to Garchen Rinpoche. That when I was in prison, so Garchen Rinpoche said he practiced, he meditate, and but he treated, he kept another hand to want to when get a chance to fight with communists ready. So he don't want to give up that. He said he don't want to give up that. He wanted to keep that. One day when get ready to chance, when ready to get conditions comes, ready to fight. So another hand, he practiced meditate, love, compassion, so that kept separate. Do you understand? So then Khenpo Mesa said, no, that cannot. You cannot keep separate. So you have to see these communist people is your loved ones. Until that, have to practice love, compassion. So then Garchen Rinpoche put that love, compassion to the communists, you know. So then he said he's really recognized and he tried to the prisoner, you know, who keep the keepers, gatekeeper or that you know, like officials, he tried to them. Then when he has that mind, then no longer suffering in the prison, no longer suffering. Until that, get suffering in the prison. So I think that is really profound. So we can just no need to talk about in the like 2,500 years ago, someone did something like something, you know. So now we have examples in the right now. So someone did practice and how to remove the suffering and anger. So truly you can practice love, compassion, then that person I think is free from suffering. Even we don't have realized Mahamudra, but really, truly love, compassion comes in our mind through our strange ones, then we are no longer suffering in samsara. So Gachi Rinpoche's story also see when he has, this love, compassion through the communists, then no longer suffering in the present. So that's the power of the love and the compassion. Power, love, compassion is actually our protection, not you just loser, Yeah. So then sometimes we share the love, compassion. Sometimes people misunderstand. Oh, I can do whatever I want. The lamas never going to, say anything. They just kept quiet, and I can tell them, I can push them, whatever I want. So sometimes people kind of like that kind of get idea too. Misunderstanding. That is not true, no understand correctly. The love of compassion comes like you are no longer suffering. That you are free from suffering. Become the love, compassion, get courage. Persons become courageous. That's why it's called bodhisattvas. Yeah. Bodhisattva is called heroes. Hero. Hero X means no scared, right? So have courage to help others. So where the courage is come from love and compassion. So long as you have love and compassion, then you are courageous person. You are courageous person, you are bodhisattva, called bodhisattva. So then that person has wisdom and knows how to do things. Recognize what is correct, what is wrong. So then that's the reason the bodhisattvas have courages, like they can help others, like, they can, they're really seeing like courages, like can help others means their own benefits is not important to become. They really see that their own benefits is nothing important. So their own benefits is become causes of suffering. And bodhisattvas recognize that, and they have a courageous. That's why they work for others, benefit for others. And then they, even go to the lower realms, take the birth in the lower realms. They have a courage to do that. That's why bodhisattvas symbolize is lotus flower. Lotus flower can be born in the mud, dirty water. So bodhisattvas can reborn to the lower realms, and any kind of birth they can take, they have a courage to do that. They are not suffering there because they don't have emotions. The higher level bodhisattvas. Then of course depending different levels of bodhisattvas. So therefore to take the birth in the samsara also have different levels too. Some does like aspiration, prayer to benefit others, take the birth. So that is a kind of a more beginner bodhisattvas. Aspiration, prayer. Say, I want to benefit others. I can want to help others. You do aspiration, and okay, I want to do aspiration. I reborn again, future life. Teacher, sharing dharma for others. That kind of bodhisattvas does. That is called aspiration bodhisattvas, like reborn to the samsara. Then some is Tingenzing is called through the meditation and take the birth to the samsara. That has more ability, then that can more benefit. And some bodhisattva has a power to take the birth in the samsara. They choose the birth in samsara and benefit others. So the main point is, like, long as you have love of compassion, this bodhisattvas are not suffering in samsara. Suffering not much affected to them, because they have a courage, they have a protection, love, and compassion. That's why they can take the birth in the samsara. Sometimes we see the bodhisattvas really suffering, but truly they are not really suffering. Other ordinary beings seeing they are suffering, but reality they are not suffering. They're just showing for us and take the birth and old age, sickness, and the death. But reality they're suffering not affected to the bodhisattvas. So then you know, so like you are bodhisattva or not. Like we have to look to ourselves, we are bodhisattva or not. So this samsara, especially, this sufferings affected you, emotions affected you. Through that you are get suffering. Then we are very beginner aspiration bodhisattvas. We have just only aspiration to same as the bodhisattvas. Okay, so then that's we have to practice through the meditation, love. Then long as you have love, compassion is like we really truly wanted to benefit others, help them free from suffering. So you really see love, like our mothers stuck in samsara. Not only stuck samsara, you really see the samsaric beings suffering. So you really see that your love mother is suffering in samsara. That is called the compassion. Then who has a compassion, they don't want to become liberate, same is arhats. Not possible. Because your mother is suffering, you live, you run yourself. Not possible, right? If you get in the war, think about it, you get in the war, so someone going to attack your mother, loved one, you leave your mother there and you're going to run yourself, escape yourself. Not possible, right? So the bodhisattvas is like that. Bodhisattvas really see like that. All these beings used to love one, parents, mothers. So now they really see they are suffering. They don't want to live there stuck in samsara. So then there's also love you have to meditate, cultivate on the path first. So you have to cultivate, think about, and harem beings. The harem beings extremely heat and cold. So heat is like in this earth, fire, is heat, but we say like Sandalwood fire is heat, more hottest fire in the world. So that example, I really don't know. I don't have experience. There's a sandalwood tree, like, sandalwood, right? Sandalwood tree fire is most hottest fire in the world. So that kind of 1,000 times hotter in the lower realms, hair realms. That means like beyond our thoughts, hot is. So now then we think this, our mothers are stuck in these hair realms, extremely heat and cold suffering. Then we wanted to benefit them, help them, wishing them free from suffering. So use this teaching, and also helps, like when you just get too hard and you think about all, it's hard. My mother's stuck in lower realm, hair realms. They're extremely hard and cold, are wishing them free from suffering. So your like kind of like unpleasant, uncomfort when you use that to create a compassion for others. So when you get hard, you think that Haram's heart suffering, wishing them free from suffering. When you cold, so all them in the harems, my mother's suffering, they're cold. So wishing them free from cold suffering. Yeah, when you get hungry, so then think about all our mothers stuck in Samsara, in the hungry ghost realms. They don't have food, whole life. So cultivate free from that, hungry ghosts. I mean, the hunger, wishing they have food. And then you get thirsty, so you think about all hungry ghosts, no drink. Wishing they have a drink, wishing them free from their suffering. So this all our suffering is teaching for us, means like when we get the suffering, and then that we have to think about these other realms. So that helps us mindful, reminding us. So suffering is become useful. So otherwise, just suffering is a suffering. And then suffering is a purified karma, means, so when you get thirsty, you think about hungry ghosts and wishing them free from thirsty, then that suffering, your suffering, is become useful. It's you purify hungry ghost karma. And when you get hot and cold, so you think about lower realm, hair realm beings suffering, cultivate, and wishing them free from suffering, then we purify our karma, actually, hair realm suffering karma. So our suffering is become useful, and that is purified karma, suffering, the purified karma, then also create accumulation merit too. So it's most teaching practice when you get something difficulty, then you really can see and you can use that. So otherwise, we are always like practitioner. So good condition, good comfort, everyone is practitioner. So then conditions change. So then you really recognize who is practitioner. Conditions change, maybe anger conditions. Yeah, then you see who's practitioner. So thirsty conditions, like maybe we are journeying in the desert, we have only one bottle of water, maybe 10 people. So then you can see who's the really practitioner. The bottle of water, 10 people has only one. So everybody want, me is so become important. So otherwise, like, okay, you are at home, you have all the drinks, different drinks, so you can say, okay, you drink this. No, I'm doing it. Those like you are great, but the difficult conditions are not there. Then also when we get cold, then you see that the cloth is you sharing for all others or not. Right? When we get hunger, so then you see you sharing food for others or not. So that is like, then you recognize who's the practitioner, who's not. Otherwise, like everything is a comfort, all the good conditions. Everyone is practitioner. Okay, so that's where then we can purify, say, hungry ghost karma and also harem's karma. Then when we see the animals, so we lost connection with the animal karma because we eat meat, we drink milk from the animals, we have used the eggs, and we always different kind of animal product, right? Product or food, cloth, many things from animals come from. So we easily create karma animal realm. Human beings very connect with the animals, easily connect with animals. So then when we're using this animal product, so we can chant Om Mani Padme Hum for think about the animals. So example, we eat eggs. Just get eggs in the front of you. Think about where these eggs come from. It's chicken. So then you just think, okay, that chicken, wishing, free from suffering. Om Mani Padme Hum. So you chant Om Mani Padme Hum, then you eat. So that benefit chicken. There also no karma for us. And you also give some good karmic imprints to the chicken, so that helps the chicken can also free from the animal realm, and that also helps we are also not reborn to animal realm too. Karma, not just cut the connections there. So that's a kind of, I think, very important. We have to keep every situation our mindfulness. So when we drink the milk, so it's come from animal. So we wish the animal free from suffering, ignorance. So this animal is our loved ones, mother. And when that she is my mother, that time she give me education. No, my mother due to karma is stuck in the animal realm, ignorance. So we cannot help much, but you just use the some, like milk or something product from animal, and then you can think, just cultivate, maybe love, compassion, cultivate also. That time is great timing to you can use, and then chant Om Mani Padme Hum, yeah. So then you can use. So that helps no create karmic connections against animal realm. Also purify our karma, and we can help that animal free from the realm. So many conditions to take to reborn the animals we have. Then when you eat meat, that is more strong. So really just somebody's body you eating, right? We eating. Not easy. Just cultivate, think about like really hard. But when we meat comes in front of us and the plate is beautiful, delicious, we never even think about. So no any like thinking about idea. If we just go through like someone, you really see someone animal racing, and then they care, and they chop the body, and then they put in the plastic bag, and they transport to in the market. You don't want to eat. You don't want to see, but come to your plate. We are 100% ignorant. No thinking about anything. Then just we talk about the test. See, just that is like create a karma. Then talk about the test. Oh, this didn't have good test. I don't like. Oh, I really like this. So just testing some being's body, like using our just only some attached to our test. Then they create attachment to that together too. Because you say, okay, I don't like this meat, heat treated. Oh, I really like this meat. It's attachment. So that's the we create the samsara, the samsara, like all this cause. We have a karma to reborn animal realms. Everyone, human beings have 100%. So then sometimes like we think, wow, why are we going to reborn animal realms? Actually, we have a karma to reborn animal realms. We have a karma to reborn hungry ghosts. We have a karma to reborn hell realms. Everyone we have, all these beings has. But then in the bardo, the condition, which condition comes first? So we take that realm. The condition is important, right? Condition take you to that realm. Lucky in this life, we are good conditions. We are become get human beings life. So not easy to get because that condition take to the human being's birth. And then we get in the human being's body, and know we also always create karma. Also, human being's body can purify karma. So when we use all these daily, activities, the dependent, like you can do either way. You can create causes of samsara or causes of nirvana, happiness. That's all we have a choice. So long as you know that all these dharma teachings really helps. If you get, example, cup of coffee, in the cup of coffee, you have cream. The cream is come from animal. Yeah, so then you just hold the cup of coffee before drink, you mentally offering. So that helps that animal, and you also create accumulation merit, like cup of coffee. You don't get karma, you get good karma. Yeah, and then the hardest is meat, but when you eat meat, it is like you cultivate compassion, love, compassion of the animal. Chant the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Before it, if you are many people group together, not easy to chant. Just you mentally, can chant. Chant mantra. You don't have to loudly and create like other people. It's uncomfortable. If you know like other people uncomfortable, because no same opinion, we always don't get the same opinion, same idea. So you don't want to also, you are looks like something wrong. Then that's why you don't have to chant loudly. You don't have to against them too. Someone eat meat. So that's also not great too. And then just your job is mentally chant the mantra, recognize that I'm going to eating is someone's body. Offering, also chant mantra, dedicate, then you eat, is less karma. That's also you can have for others. So some teachers says, who has a compassion, they eat meat. So that means like, that also bodhisattvas too. Bodhisattvas eat meat, no karma, but ordinary people eat meat, definitely has a karma. So bodhisattvas eat karma. I want to connect with this being. I can help this being, because that being also so born to animal, and then their body have to benefit others. So rather than using body, and you use that, eat and do the dedication, mantra, and create compassion to that animal, that connect with animal, purify animals' karma. Then bodhisattvas say, okay, I don't care. I take your karma. I get suffering. It's okay. I don't want you suffering. I use you, you get happiness. So that's the Bodhisattva's courageous. Say, I'm going to eat your body and meat. Yeah. And that's you get benefit because your body is like benefiting for others. I'm going to eat. I take karma, your karma. I'm going to go suffering. So that Bodhisattva has that kind, courage. And then that do the dedication, create love, compassion to that. But we don't have that. Ordinary people don't have that courage. That's why we need only just most important is mindful. Very hard to keep that. Because due to our it's habituate conditions. When someone ready to, like you get in the restaurant, you load the menu first, think about, okay, I'm going to order steak. I'm going to order chicken. I'm going to order like this, like you just right away recognize and wanted to order that. This is already used to our habituate. Then just not thinking, and people bring the plate, the food is in front of you. You just like hold the knife and the chopsticks and or whatever you have, then the cut and the eating, not thinking about. So that's we are already used to that habituate. No, that's actually causes of samsara. Know what we have to do. How can we change? Is mindful. So recognize when we order. So okay, I'm going to order this steak, chicken, something, and then recognize that is someone's body. So we think about dedication to them. Chant mantras. When you eat offering, at least then you can offering, when you finish, you can dedicate. So that's actually, then you also not get suffering. You don't get create causes of suffering. Animal also get connections. They're also like bodies become offering, and their bodies become useful. So that's we can, use method to can help us and we can help for animals too. Yeah. So that's many different, like Dharma is in the usually daily activities. So if you go to in the retreat to say, I'm give up 1 month like meat, it's good, but sometimes like you are in the worldly activity. With that, long as you have a mindful and your compassion there, and then that also actually more benefit. So someone is a Bodhisattva as that person is stay in the retreat, or that person is go to in the city and the town. I request them is please go to in the city and the town, don't stay in the retreat. Okay. I ask them is eat more meat. So that's it. We usually thinking and actually reality is different. Then someone always eat meat and stone, no mindful, and no any thinking about idea, no wisdoms, like no compassion. Then say, okay, please go to retreat. Just give up 1 month meat, okay? Or every month 4 moon day, 1 day. Every month maybe 10th, 4 moon, 30th, third day, last day. So 3 days. Like that kind, like us like promise. Then that's also great too. So that's all is the depending individual, the level practice dharma. Okay, so whatever we get suffering difficulties, then we also can think about others too. We can wish them free from suffering. If you never get sick, you don't have any idea people sick, suffering. Yeah. So you get sick and you recovered. Example, you recover, you get sick. Sick is no good, but you say you recovered. Then you see someone sick. You have different. You recognize how they are suffering. Yeah. If you never get sick, and some example like some patients, they don't have a car, and they're on the road walking to the hospital, they ask you give the, you know how to say, the ride. You just ignore, go drive. Like I say, oh, I'm going to go to my work, I'm going to let. So you're not going to give a ride or something for them. Not possible. You get sick and extremely you recovered. You have a kind of like experience. You drive on the road, someone say, ask, please, can you help me to drive to hospital? You say yes. I'm sure, because you get experience. So then you're also happy to do that. So that kind of, you know, like we suffering is like our experience, learning. Do you understand? You think that's true? I think it's my experience. I'm true. Like if I never sick, I don't know. So other people are suffering the sickness. They just ask me help something. I just don't recognize why I have to help them. You know, if I really go through that suffering often and often, I see that person, someone has suffering. Okay, I know how to do, how to do, and how can I help. And that help is, if help to that person is how important. So really recognize, really know. That's the reason, you know, suffering is also sometimes like good for us. And sick also actually not good, but sick recover and you get more experience. So you really see that someone sick and you recognize. And then if I never sick, I go to hospital, I see many patients. Just, yeah, they are sick people. Yeah, that's it. You know, if you go through, stay in the hospital monthly, then when you get out and you go back to, you see them, it's like you have a different feeling, totally different feeling. Yeah. So that's why also we know, so like individually go through some different ways. They have that situation. You know, someone go through like family traumas or something. So then some ways the happening that you really want to have that. Some never happening that there's no idea what going on there. Some is like really poor, no food, no drinks much. It's like go through that life. Then you really recognize their suffering. So someone is being homeless, then that person get money and rich. They really know the homeless suffering. So they want to help them. You know, they wanted to birth something for them and shelters or something. So that kind of, you know, like because we also know, so like individually go through something, these different situations that they really wanted to help them. So because of that, they get experience. Someone never go through that experience, no idea. So this teaching, we just helps us aware situations, understanding more what we have to go, these worldly activities, like how to do dealing with this, take right direction. Practice Dharma is always there. Object is always there, long as you have a mind for you really understanding how to do correctly, always there. So each this like 5-part Mahamudra, right now we're talking about love, compassion, bodhicitta, and then go to Yidam deity. Or it's like Samsara activities you can use right direction, everything. So Samsara activity has causes of Samsara or causes of Nirvana, two causes there. Okay, so now we go to the when concerning love and compassion, the stellon. Stellon is a horse, right? You do not cover the whole distance, the benefit of others, you will not receive the acknowledgement of the example of God and me. Therefore, make serious efforts at cultivate the preliminary resolve. So, main point is, if you don't put effort, if you don't practice love and compassion, then not possible to arise bodhicitta. So we have to make serious efforts at cultivate the preliminary resolve. So we have to practice this love compassion, have to put effort until love arise our mind. Not just fake love, true love kind of. So not only just words saying, wishing everyone free from, everyone has happiness, wishing every being free from suffering. That's also actually purify speech karma. You read that, chant that prayer. Speech karma create, like karmic imprints, love and compassion, but not really true love and compassion. True love is compassion, is not just speech. So first we do the speech, then that helps us take into the heart, mind. So your mind, love, compassion arise, stranger ones is become your best friend. Enemies become best friends. So that is then true love is compassion arise. So true love, compassion, we have to practice the same as the horse run. If a horse didn't run, then they don't get press. So he says like acknowledgement of the example, receive the acknowledgement of the example of God and me. So we know like the horse run has lots money, right? And also press. Sometimes like all the news is like focused the horse run. And then they also have lots of money who's winner. And then everyone talk about that horse whole day, showed in the news. So that's there is an acknowledgement of the example of gods and men. So when we are become Bodhisattva, is then gods and also human beings, like the top of the human beings, highest one, special ones. So this is the like best acknowledgement. It means like truth acknowledgement of the example you get bodhisattva, bodhicitta, bodhicitta mind. So therefore, make us, we have to put effort and cultivate the preliminary resolve. We have to practice preliminary practice. Love, compassion, bodhicitta. So bodhicitta is like two aspects. Wishing the result, which created the cause. Wishing results, I want to be Buddha. That is called wishing commitment for the result. I want Buddha is commitment to the Buddha result. The commitment to the cause is like, I'm going to practice the Dharma, 6 parameter. That is the commitment to the cause. So that two comes together is called bodhicitta. Someone asks you, what means bodhicitta? The two commitments, commitment to the result, commitment to the cause. So I want to become Buddha. I want to benefit. others. That's the reason I'm going to practice Dharma. So Dharma practice is all reason is you want to benefit others. So then, long as you have a bodhicitta, the bodhicitta is Yidam deity. Yidam deity essence is bodhicitta. Then second is talking about the Yidam deity. Here is the second is also called mean practice. So long as you have that preliminary practice, then your mean practice is Yidam deity. Yidam deity is when concerning your body, the king, the body of the deity, you do not size the form, support, which is the foundation, the mother, the Dakini with her retinue were not appear. Therefore, make efforts concerning the body, which is the deity of meditation. So, the practice of Yidam deity is when concerning your body, the king, the body of the deity. So we have to practice Yidam deity is like our body is visualized Buddha, meditate Buddha's body. The Yidam is not come from somewhere else. So we, this ordinary person, have to transform to the Buddha. So that is called Yidam deity practice. The Buddha is not we create somewhere else. We create this, right now, this person is become create Buddha. That is the main purpose of practice of the Yidam deity practice. Then this one, Yidam deity practice, we usually don't sharing for others, like beginners. Beginners always think Buddha is somewhere else. We are ordinary. And then we do pray to Buddha, ask help, Buddha, please help me. You know, that is auto level practice. So we are ordinary. Buddha is immeasurable, love, compassion, bodhicitta, wisdom, or who has power, the quality who has, that is Buddha. And he can help us. We are suffering in samsara. We are ordinary person. So long as you're thinking about that, then you are not still in the practice Yidam deity level. That is auto level, beginners, you know, mind. So you cultivate love, compassion, bodhicitta, then come to practice Yidam deity means. So we have to discover our body, speech, mind is Buddha. When you discovered your body, speech, mind is Buddha, so then that is called Yidam deity. It's called inner level practice. This body, this speech, this mind is become transformed to the Buddha, not looking somewhere else. So we use the method is auto level practice Buddha. Auto level practice Buddha help us recognize, inner practice Buddha. Inner practice Buddha is like we discover ourselves is Yidam deity, inner practice Buddha. And then you practice that is called Yidam deity practice. Actually, you practice like Buddha is somewhere else. We pray like, please help me. I have problem my family. I have problem my business. That is no practice Yidam deity. Okay. So practice Yidam deity means this body, speech, mind, ordinary is have to discover is Buddha. Transform also sometimes incorrect, discover, like this body, this speech, mind is discover the Buddha. That's why he says, when considering your body, the king, the body of the deity. So the body is the Yidam deity. Yidam deity is the same as the king. So you discover yourself is become Yidam deity. Then all your retinue means like your family or relative. We can say like sanghas are become your retinues, or the sangha is your retinues. So you discover yourself is become Buddha. All our Dharma brothers sisters, your retinues. Then how to create that ourself is Buddha. So that is the generation stage. It's not easy to practice, right? Generation stages take long step by step there too. Generation stage means like followed by stages, one by one. So how to do that? First, we have to purify this, universal's impure precepts. This universal, we have to visualize Buddha's universal, pure place. And then also, we have to visualize the whole this area, like wherever we stay, is all is Buddha's pure lane. The no longer fixation to in this world attached to, the Buddha's pure lane. Then we visualize wherever we live, the house is Buddha's palace. And then inside the palace, we visualize the seat, throne, and usually there are just these different layers, representing different layers. So we can think about the example only just lotus flower, and then top the syllable. So lotus flower is representative like purify birth karmic imprints, mother's womb. When you want to take the birth, ready to looking for mother's womb. So that's why visualize a lotus flower. Lotus flower purify birth karmic imprints. Then top there you visualize the syllable is, transform, purify the mind consciousness, taking to the impure birth, purifying, visualize the syllable. So the syllable is, then like ready is offering to Buddha, like ready is go to 6 realms, purify karma, and become the syllable is transformed to, actually syllables representative of our body and transform to the Buddha's body, not taking the impure body, taking the Buddha's body birth. So now you are become Buddha, born again. Meditate, yeah? So that's all purify birth karmic imprints. Then you are become visualize yourself as a Buddha, but we don't have enough confidence. We don't have that stable meditation. Still we have a so strong impure karmic imprints. So then that's why we need support. Support is like we visualize Buddha in front of us again. So that Buddha on our home 3 like syllable go to pure lane, and invite the wisdom Buddha and dissolve to in the front visualization Buddha and dissolve to us. So become front visualization Buddha and ourself visualize is same, just 2 separate form body, but one is ourself, one is like we support Buddha in front of us, support Buddha. So then you have to visualize that support Buddha clearly, use we need images, tankas, statues. So that's all is a support for us. That helps, ourself is discovering Buddha. The image or this helps, statue, image, tankas helps. Then some people don't have that level meditation practice, like even they see the tankas, statues, they also like get some karmic imprints in the mind. So that's why we build stupa statues in the public place too. People who don't go to temple, who don't meditate, even they see that and they also get some karmic imprints in the mind. So now we are like meditate, like higher level. This is talking about a higher level. We need support. So then use that support object, visualize clearly. So clearly is also not the whole bodies. If you have really good shamatha meditation, then you can visualize the whole body. And also Yidam deity is a palace. Yidam deity is pure and also better, easy, but who don't have a shamatha meditation strong, not easy all this visualize. Then that's why we just focus with the face, Buddha's face. Only just upper body, maybe on the face. So look to the face and heads, Buddha's heads. Then close your eye, and when you close eye, you see that image actually come to your mind. And the images appear to your mind, so that helps remove all the samsaric karmic imprints. That is like creating, good karmic imprints, like pure karmic imprints. That's why we visualizing, like Buddha's image appear to your mind, close eyes, stay that, your mind will connect with that, and then you lose the visualize, then you look to again the tanka in the picture, go back to close again. So you meditate often and often. Then one day, like you really feel is Buddha is in always front of you. When you close eye, it's like strongly feels is real persons be front of you. So then visualize that like that clearly. Same time also you just look to yourself, visualize front Buddha and look to yourself. It's kind of like inseparable. Then especially when you close eye, that Buddha is appear to your mind, then your mind also become transformed to the visualized Buddha, same. So you don't have ordinary thoughts. You don't have that time emotions. Stay that and then meditate often and often, connection again, strong and strong. So you become clear, vivid visualization is stable. Then long as you have that, appear to that Buddha is vividly, clearly, and your mind connect with that inseparable, same, and then you just look to yourself, your mind is the Buddha, visualize Buddha yourself is inseparable. Recognize the same essence, same nature. Also, you can visualize the same form mentally. And then stay that is called self-visualization. So that time you are Buddha, self-visualization, more deeper level, powerful. Then yourself is your visualize yourself is Buddha. So no longer to self and I and grasping there. Not possible. So self and I is ordinary mind. You visualize yourself as Buddha. It's 100% antidote to the self and I. See, there's a different kind of practice. Or it's like come to the, essence, mean point is the same as like destroying self, grasping. So you create love, compassion, also antidote to the self. You visualize the Yidam deity, antidote to the self. You meditate yourself as Buddha, no longer self is existed there. So that is called self-visualization. And then you need to call divine pride. and stable, called stable divine pride. Stable divine pride, then you just really 100% no doubt you are Buddha. If you have a doubt, then you visualize the meditation is not enough strong, so you don't have a doubt, and you have stably your mind connect with that stay, then called self-generation, practice meditation. So that is more powerful than front generation. So front generation also dependent, you know how to self-generation, generation stage meditation, yourself is Buddha meditate. Front generation, then actually yourself is Buddha, but also you have front generation from Buddha too. Then some people don't have like self-generation strong, and then just like you visualize Buddha in front. It's like go to the auto level practice. Almost the same is like just beginner meditators, like I am ordinary, Buddha is in front of me, I'm going to prostration to Buddha, and I'm going to do, confession to Buddha, I'm going to do the, offering to Buddha, so like that. So that is go back to the auto level, yours ordinary, Buddha's in front. Who know the self-generation meditation, yourself is a Buddha, but also in front, also you can have visualize another Buddha, support Buddha. So in front, visualize Buddha and yourself is inseparable, same. Then we say, where is wisdom beings? Wisdom beings like bring to pure line to dissolve to front generation and dissolve to yourself. So that helps become, you are more kind of connections. So you really, fear yourself is become Buddha, get blessing and get more confident. That's why we inviting wisdom being dissolved to us. So then long as you meditate that, and then also, of course, Buddha, each Buddha has a different form body, different activities. Form body is is a symbolized meaning. So recollection of purity. Each has a different recollection of purity. And due to each different Buddha has different aspirations. So then each recollection of purity actually introduce their qualities, Buddha's qualities. When we practice Vajrayana, especially this land generation stage, you have to know this recollection of purity. If you don't know the recollection of purity, then you always get confused, and you always get doubt and thoughts. So why he has knife, why he has to go, why he is naked, why she is naked, why he has bone ornaments, that kind of always drop in the thoughts. Why is it standing the Yidam, standing the corpse? Why union to, Yam and the Yom, why is that? And why is the wrath for deities? So that is like, or you have a doubt and the thoughts if you don't know the recollection of purity. So you know the recollection of purity, you don't have misunderstanding, misconcepts. You don't get a wrong view, wrong idea. So even you don't know each details, but you don't really lose your devotion. You don't lose, and kind of like wrong, you don't get a wrong view, wrong thoughts. It's 100% you are free from doubts and thoughts. That's the reason when you study this Vajrayana teaching, you have to learn the recollection of purity. So each Yidam deity has different ornaments, symbols. Kind of similar, but sometimes they're due to the different teachings. Different Tantra teachings have a little bit different meanings. The meanings also depending Tantra. Some is outer level Tantra, they're explaining outer level way. Some is inner level Tantra, they're explaining inner level way. Some Tantra is like secret level Tantra. So they're explaining this ornaments, recollection of purity, also different levels explain. So that's why we don't know all these details because due to the different teachings levels tantras. But main point, you know this all is showing absolute true quality. Some like examples, you recognize. Think about Vajra Yogini form body. She is naked. Naked is like in the worldly is crazy. Lose the mind. Then it's naked. So actually, true realizer is lose samsara thoughts, no samsara thoughts there. So that's why it's naked. It's showing the absolute true quality. When you get realized absolute true, no thoughts there. Yeah, samsara, you don't have thoughts or something wrong. It's like you lose your consciousness. You crazy. But you who has realized the true nature, no thoughts. That's symbolized naked. And then to go knife, cutting emotions, thoughts. So emotion is causes of samsara, causes of suffering. The Yidam deity, no emotion, no thoughts. That's symbolized to go knife. And then peg heads, right ear is soul, is representative, non-dualistic, non-conceptual. So cup under the feet is free from the four maras. And like that kind of the showing the absolute true qualities. So otherwise, like someone who don't know this recollection of purity, you see the form body, then they're not happy to see that, not ready to see. Some says like, I'm scared to see this. Because don't know the meaning of the qualities. So samsara, we think is like pure, great. And then that means like we also have a bad. Good, pure is like ornaments. Example, gold ornaments, silver ornaments. Beautiful jewelry is like our perception is great. Bone ornaments, fresh head ornaments is not great for our perception because we have a dualistic view. And who has a dualistic view, Buddha's form is always show the peaceful forms. Yeah, peaceful form, Yidam deity always has pure ornaments, gold and silvers, because we like that kind of object. That time, that is for the who has dualistic perception. Then Buddha's effort to pure ornaments means like great, showing great, good way. Yeah, and then impure perceptions like bone ornaments, fresh heads, to go knife, naked, yeah, standing the corp, union, yab and yon, and wrathful. That's all is form body is symbolized, is free from impure percepts. So we have judgmental, we have dualistic conceptual thoughts. That's the reason we attach to beautiful cloth. Yeah, neck, someone comes crazy. Yeah, take to the like crazy prisoners somewhere. Okay, so we like to put, and the ornament is like diamonds, golds, silvers attached to that object, beautiful our eyes. Who bring the like, has a fresh mala, fresh head mala, and bone ornaments, dugong knife holding, blood in there, blood skull cups. Is we think it's crazy and a killer. Yeah, it's right away call police 911. No any other choice. You also get heart attack scared. You think they're going to kill you. So that is to see is our perception, because long as we have attachment, impure perception. Yeah. So this for us, impure perception is showing the absolute true quality. When you get realized true nature, they're no longer attached to the pure ornaments like gold, silver, and then these diamonds, they are nothing. Same is like bone ornaments. No different than anything, no any valued. Okay. So that's all symbolized, showing the absolute true qualities. We don't recognize that. Then Yab and Yom and okay, is say this is illegal, or you cannot do that. It's illegal, or maybe you have like attachment, causes of attachment, something like that. But true, the Yab Yom, it means like free from attachment, free from desire, no longer, need husband and wife. Main point, no need girlfriend and boyfriends. Already gone beyond that. Yab Yom symbolize. Then also, when you get that level, you need method, you need wisdom. So that's showing the symbolized method. Yeah. Without method, without wisdom, you don't get that level. So that is the Yab Yom. And then Buddha's, this, showing form bodies, some is like wrathful, look very scared, terrified. But true reality is no anger is exist. Absolute truth, anger is no exist. Anger is become wisdom. So also there's a Yidam deity wrathful is come from, means like based on the passionate compassion, very strong compassion is arise to become wrathful deities, not the same is the ordinary people anger. Ordinary people anger is the emotion anger create shows like face is wrathful. Yeah, then holding these different kind of weapons in the hand. Emotion arise anger and then get weapons. This Buddha's compassion arise form is wrathful, and then hand has many different kind of ornament weapons. That's all is samsara killers, not human being killers. Okay, samsara is cutting, and suffering is cutting. Causes of suffering is cutting. Emotion is cutting. So that's a different symbolized meanings. That's the reason you have to know the ornament, recollection of purity meanings. The know you just I shared today, that kind you have percept in your mind, then you know no difficulty to see the wrathful forms, no difficult see the like tanka yabyom, statue yabyom, no any problem with this different kind of ornaments. So that's why you have to know that part. Otherwise, someone don't know, you show the tankas, you show the statues, you say, oh, this is a Buddhist, it is incorrect. You bring people is confused. You taking people is misunderstand and the wrong view. That's why I call sacred rituals. Sacred object. So then that three is me essence the practice the Yidam deity. You have to visualize clearly and recognize, understanding our body, speech, minds, Buddha. So must have to have a self-confident and self-divine pride, called divine pride. We must have to have divine pride. As long as you have that, then Vajrayana, this Yidam deity practice is completion. So now we are on the path. We're practicing, we created that kind of percepts, connections. We don't have 100% what are taught, that kind of, ability, because we are in the beginning on the path. So you have to know that sometimes when you practice a Yidam deity right away, you get happening exactly like that, and not possible. We have to create that kind of, connections. Then one day you have visualize clearly in the front of Buddha, and yourself is like recognize Buddha, visualize Buddha, yourself is inseparable, same essence, same nature. You have that confidence, you have that divine pride. Then you already get goal, completion, practice Yidam deity. Then everyone is become your retinue. Everyone is your retinue. Become you are king of Samsara. Okay. That's why here, when you concerning your body, the king, the body of the deity, you do not seize the firm support, which is the foundation. The mother, the Dakini with her retinue were not appear. So you need like really confident, and you have to practice that stably. Not just right now, we don't have that 100% level, like maybe we have 5%, 10%. That's also great compared to nothing. So here is talking about 100% quality. The king of the means like, you have become Yidam deity, you are of the king of the Samsara. So in the beginning, we have to create in the ground. That's why ground path result. First, we have to recognize ourselves, like we have a Buddha nature, we have that kind of possible to happen, that is not just imagination, something, that is something not possible, beautifully just talk and sharing, not like that. If you really practice, put effort, you can get that level, you can happen exactly like that. Because these practitioner meditators go through that, they get the level, now we using different sadhanas, daily sadhana practice, Yidam deities. So that's all is like happening for us. When we practice this daily Yidam deity sadhana, then we just have to follow that clear visualization, self-generation, like self-confident, divine pride, recognize all the recollection of purity. And then when we practice the Yidam deity, three excellences called, must have to have a bodhicitta beginning. In the middle of the practice, must have to have like follow the meaning, and follow the meditation meaning, focus that, not lose the mind, and distractions, just focus, important. Then when you finish, you do the dedication. So that three excellences, use that, and we have to practice often, and often helps. We recognize ourselves is like become Buddha. the body of the deity, you do not see the firm support, which is the foundation. The mother, the Dakini with retinue were not appear. So if you don't have that practice enough, then no possible you have become king. So king means like here, you have this practice accomplishments, and then follow the correctly, become you are king, and then you have all these retinues appear to you, like the mother, the Dakini with the retinue were not appear means as long as you don't have enough practice, not possible to will not appear. So you realize yourself is Buddha, then this Dakinis is become all retinues appear to you. Therefore, make efforts concerning the body, which is the deity of the meditation. So your body is like you have to recognize Buddha. And then it's visualize, practice that is your bodies become Buddha, then your mind, your speech is Buddha. So ordinary body, speech, mind is already transformed to the Buddha. That time then all the darkness is appear to you. So that is Jigten Sumgon's his kind of experience. When he's on the path practicing, maybe the no darkness there, no dakas there, no yidams there, no buddhas there, only fears yourself. So you go through that difficulty and it comes more practice. And one day you realize all the buddhas there with you, all the darkness there with you, all this retinues with you. Everyone has become your retinue. So why the Buddhas not until realize they don't with you? Actually, they're with us, but we don't recognize that. So when Geloma Parmo he practiced Chinrezek, she gets sick, leprosy, and the suffering. Blood is come from her body. So Chinrezek is be with her, but she didn't see. One day she accomplishment, realize, complete practice, realize Chinrezek is with her. So she told Chinrezek, you are not enough compassion. You're so bad because when I get so much difficult through suffering, you didn't help me. Chinrezek said, I'm be with you all the time. See, love my robes. So your blood is in my robes. So you don't see. No, you see, but actually difference is like she seeing Chinrezek or not seeing. Only that difference is Chinrezek is always there with her. So on the path we practicing actually darkness, Yidam deities, all this is there, but we don't recognize, we don't see until we realize. So that's Jigten Sumgon also have that same experience. He also get sick, same as the Geloma Parmo. The Nyingne practice, the nun, the Geloma Parmo. She get sick, leprosy, and then she practiced Chinrezek. She recovered the illness, and she has completely practiced Chinrezek. She's become Buddha. So Jigten Sumgon also when go through exactly like that, when he has already teachings from his guru, and then he went back to the retreat. So he got sick. He got sick, leprosy, and so painful and the difficulty. He has Dharma teaching. He practices. So he has some levels realized, but not complete realization. So before really go purifying karma 100%, then this all karma is ripening. Lifetime's karma is ripening. So then have to go through that. So that's why Jigten Sumgon, he got sick before he got enlightenment, the leprosy too. And he wanted to do Powa himself, but before Powa, he prostration to the Chinrezek the statue or tanka something in his two hearts. So he did prostration to Chinrezig. Then he, during that time, very strong compassion arise to other beings, because he think is like, if I get sick like this, but still I can go to the Pure Land. I have this teachings practice, so I'm not stuck in the samsara. So many beings stuck in samsara, they're suffering. So he has very strong compassion arise for that beings, and then tear from his ears and wet toward the ground. Also, that kind of compassion come from his eye, and he didn't do power, and he meditated there and the compassion, so purify karma. And the next day he recovered and become Buddha. So that is all is the power of compassion too. So purify karma means not only wisdom, need compassion together. And some condition have to come together. Then when he is become Buddha, so all Tara is with him there. So that then he's saying of the supplication Tara. Before he didn't see the Tara there. So could be always the Tara is there, but he didn't see them. So then when he purify karma, he's realized he's saying that did the supplication Tara. The Dakini with her retinue were no effort, therefore make effort concerning the body, which is the deity of the meditation. Okay, so we finish the first verses is preliminary practice, love and compassion. Long as we have love and compassion, then bodhicitta arise. That is the causes of the bodhicitta's essence of the Yidam deity. Then long as we have a bodhicitta practice Yidam deity, then discovered our body is Yidam. So then all the darkness appear to there. So all is become your retinues. Means like everyone is like your retinue. Especially like the realizers, the Sangha disciples is retinue. They created the mandala. You have your own mandala. You have become Buddha. Yidam deity, you have your own mandala. You have your own kingdom. So then this all the dakas, dakinis, sanghas has become retinue there. So you are the true king because you are free from samsara. Okay, so we finish it there today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Khenpo.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Khenpo.
you, Khenpo.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you, Khenpo. Tuk, tuk, tuk.
We do
Thank
the
you, Khenpo.
Thank
you, Khenpo.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you, Khenpo. Thank you so much.
dedication.
Thank you, Khenpo. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
In the center is Marvelous Buddha Amitabha Boundless Light. On the right side is the Lord of Great Compassion, and on the left is Vajrapani, the Lord of Powerful Means, or surrounded by limitless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Immeasurable peace and happiness is the blissful purling of Devachi. When I and all beings pass from samsara, may we be born without taking samsara rebirth. May I have the blessing of meeting Amitabha face to face, by the power of the blessing of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. May we attain this aspiration without hindrance. Tiyata Pinzandaya, Avam Bodhanaya Soha. Bodhicitta, the excellent precious mind, where it is humble may arise, where it is born may not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. By this virtue may I achieve omniscience, by defeating all enemies' confusion. May all who travels on the waves of birth, age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. As Manjushri the Vero realized automated and as did Samantha Bada. I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merry for sentient beings. May the teachings of Guru Digompa Ranashiri, who is omniscient Lord of Dharma, master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until end of the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Trashidela, everyone.
Thank you, Khenpo. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Khenpo.
See you tomorrow. Thank
See
you.
you
Thank you.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
We have to come back tomorrow, so we know
Bye, everyone.
Straight 3 verses is there.
Okay. We'll be back.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
We'll be back.
Tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.